Hey, this is Kurt Angle, and I want to give a shout out to the best podcast in the business, NightCap Recap. Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is a NightCap Recap up on Full Press Media, up on YouTube, as well as Specialty Media Group, always on IG, on Instagram. Jim Biringer, Teddy Repantis back. Guys, we've been telling you, I don't know where you guys been. I don't know where you are. I don't know what other podcasts you listen to. If you're not listening to NightCap Recap, we're always been ahead of the game. We've been telling you this for a long time. And again, we strike. We told you, what was it, Lefty? We said championship or bust for the New York Knicks, right?
We did, and we were talking about that for a long time. Even as the playoffs in the NBA kind of kick-started back in April, we were saying this season it's championship or bust. We said you have to at least get there, and then you changed it and you said they got to win or bust after you saw the competition in the East, and you were dead on, Jimmy, and that's exactly what happened. It's great to be back at a regularly scheduled podcast viewing pleasure for you guys. We did a couple IG lives. For some reason, it feels like we've been away for a long time, but we did a couple IG lives. But it's great to be right back here, recording it the regular way. Always great to be alive on a Thursday night, recording with you, Jimmy. NightCap Recap, like you said, if you're not listening, what are you doing?
I don't know. What are you doing? I don't know. Because like we said, Knicks, NBA champions, and the drought, 53-year drought. Think about it. It's kind of crazy. We see all these stats come out. Knicks beat the Spurs in 5 games. And I want to say this as a Spurs fan because John Burton, shout out Nashville, did a hit down there. He asked me about it. You know, am I still recovering from the loss? I'm like, I'm disappointed, but this one doesn't hurt as bad as the first loss to the Heat when they had the champion. Literally, you're up 3-2 with a lead in Game 6, and Duncan's on the bench, and you pretty much were going to walk to a championship and probably go back-to-back. That one stung a lot more than this one. This one, I'm just more disappointed because the Spurs had 3 looks at winning 3 games in the series. Game 1, Game 4, and Game 2. And they were up in all the games, and they just lost. Like, you can't, I mean, that's the way basketball is. But the Knicks were on a mission. They were the best team in the playoffs. I mean, when you go 16-3, 15-1 down the stretch, win 13 straight. I mean, look, of course we're going to credit Danhausen and the curse.
We have to.
But, like, the Nova boys dominated for the Knicks.
Yeah, and I'm glad you threw out the Nova boys because that's a stat right off the bat. First time 3 college teammates that won a national title together, won an NBA championship together. I think that's such a cool thing that you can end your career and say, hey, we did it in the college game and we did it in the professional game. But like you said, they were on a mission. And this Spurs team, Jimmy, you know, like you said, it doesn't hurt as bad. Here's why. I think the average age of this Spurs team was like 23 years old. I mean, the future is bright. Victor Wembanyama, 22 or 23 years old. You got Castle, who's also in his early 20s. You have Harper, Dylan Harper, who looks like this shouldn't be a 6-man. This should be a starter starting next year. If you know, it's incredible because the Knicks came back pretty much in every game. I got a stat here that the Knicks only led in this series for 23.5% of the time. That's the lowest of any NBA Finals champion. They came back, including that historic 29-point comeback in Game 4, the biggest of all time that we came on IG Live and we talked about it. But, like, it's unbelievable. So, like, this Spurs team, they're young. Yeah, like, they let up a lot of bad leads, but they could take this as a learning lesson and take it to the next step. I mean, you kind of have to go through these losses in the NBA. We've seen it over history. Guys have to go through hell to get to where they want to go to. And I think this Spurs team, they got a bright young core. I don't know if Fox is going to be back because a lot of blunders on his end cost the Spurs a couple games.
That was just awful. He's
no basketball IQ, low basketball IQ.
As a veteran that they picked up too, right? De'Aaron Fox has been around this thing. He should understand the pressure and what goes on in the NBA. Like, for me, Dylan Harper in Game 1 shouldn't have been coming off the bench. He should have been starting. He should have been starting the rest of the way. You know, Mitch Johnson kind of, again, we saw it in the Eastern Conference Final with the Cavs. Their coach just didn't handle the pressure in the moment. Same with the Spurs coach. Didn't take timeouts. Didn't understand to take, like, when you're up 29 points going into the second half, Wemby shouldn't be starting the half. He should be on the bench, resting, and you got to trust your other big men. And I think that's the other problem. Maybe the Spurs just aren't built. Their bench wasn't as good. The Knicks bench was better.
Yeah.
And Jalen Brunson, I mean, he just took over, man. He's the MVP.
45 points in the closeout
45
game.
points in a closeout game. He
Game
dominated
5.
another 11. Like, think about it. History of 11s in New York City. Mark Messier ends a 54-year drought. Jalen Brunson ends a 53-year drought for the Knicks.
Yeah.
I mean, we said it last year after the Knicks lost in the Eastern Conference Final after they're changing coaches. Like, you better get back. You better get back to the playoffs.
Yeah,
You better
you're
get
making
to the
these
final.
moves. Yeah.
You better get there, because if things didn't pan out for them, they were going to be heavily criticized.
And probably changing the roster and getting Giannis. Like, that was the big rumor. Like, if the Knicks didn't get there, things would be shuffled up. Cat would be gone, and possibly Giannis would be here. And now that's far from happening now. Brunson, like you said, 45 in a closeout game, put the team on his back, because in that game, another one, the Spurs took the lead. And we're thinking, oh, boy, here we go. Like, we're headed back to Game 6 in New York. But what did Brunson do? His bench wasn't coming up to snuff. He took over. Him and OG took over in the offensive end. 28.4 points per game in these playoffs. 32.6 points per game in these finals. 45 in a closeout game. Jalen Brunson, a Michael Jordan. Yeah, we could say it. A Michael Jordan level performance.
It was a Michael Jordan performance.
Nobody, if you go look at the numbers, no one performed this well since 1993 on this kind of a level. Like, if you go game by game. So he's up there with Michael Jordan. It's him and MJ. It's unbelievable. And you have to give the Knicks credit, who they played like an experienced team, because so we said that the Spurs are very young. The Knicks are young too, but they're like in their late 20s, early 30s. So they've been around the block a little bit. They've been in the league for a minute. They've been through some tough times. So
they lost second round, then they lost in conference finals. So they've been there.
And a shout out to Cat, both the Jersey boys, Brunson from New Brunswick, Karl Anthony Towns from Edison, 2 Jersey boys putting New York on their back. Towns, we know the whole story, lost his mother during COVID. I saw a lot of video montages out there about him. Tough times through Minnesota, much maligned, often criticized, even here in New York. Everybody said, hey, you're in New York, you can't play soft anymore. I think what we saw over the year was him developing from a soft, quote-unquote, player to a tough, hard-nosed guy who's willing to bang and clang down the boards with Wemby and get in his face. He wasn't scared of Wemby. And he was, he had some games that were like duds, but I think his leadership on the sidelines, riling the guys up on the sidelines during the timeouts, right? I think Cat, using the motivation of his mother passing, talking about he was always looking for signs on the court. OG Anunoby, a guy who's stone-faced, didn't show emotion. Wemby getting a little cocky there. OG just said, shut up. I'm going to hit some three-pointers in your face. Bridges, great defensively. Josh Hart, big-time rebound. So this team, this is more of a team. We said this had an early 90s type of vibe, right, with this team, like a 90s Knicks team. They just they happened to get the job done, and they got the job done for an entire city that's been starving for it.
I mean, you saw the pictures from the parade on Thursday. I mean, it was out of control. I mean, the city on Saturday night, it's funny. Yeah. We were watching it. I was in Vegas for the Stanley Cup final. It was kind of funny.
Yep.
We're over by the New York, and the fireworks are going off during the celebration they were celebrating the 250th anniversary of United States. But it's just the timing when the Knicks won and those fireworks went off. It's like, Knicks won, party outside. But the Knicks, I mean, like you said, they played like a 90s basketball team. And I felt like the finals were played like it was 90s basketball because
it was low scoring, right?
Low scoring. I mean, but the referees weren't calling a lot. And it was very physical. It was a physical game. And like you said, Cat, I think, I was just thinking about this. What was the game he fouled out? He fouled out in game 5, right?
He did. He fouled out in the closeout game.
Which was like kind of, some of the fouls were ticky-tack, I'm going to be honest. Yeah. Like they were. But look, the Knicks were the better team, top to bottom. They've been a second half team. They've been a fourth quarter team. You could clearly see the rest that they had going into the finals was there because they had their legs late in the game. Spurs just couldn't hold the lead. Look, credit to Spurs. You knock out the champs. You went on the road. You win. You're down 3-2. You win game 6. You win game 7 on the road. And look, They carried that momentum into game 1, but they just couldn't hold the lead. Like, they really did. Like, if
they led by 14. They led by 14 in game 1, 12 in game 2, 29 in game 4. They lost all 3 at home. It's unbelievable that happened. You don't see things like this.
No, and I think the Knicks were just a better team, and they wanted it a little
do you
bit
buy
more.
into this? You're a Spurs fan. Do you buy into this? I mean, look, people are saying Wemby now, his image is not looking that great. The team got a little cocky. They never gave the Knicks credit. They kept saying, we're going to come back. We're going to win. Do you think that's youthful ignorance?
Yeah.
And they're going to learn from this? Like, I could see Wemby coming back next year and being a little more mature. I think, what do you say that for that right
I think
there?
it's immaturity. I mean, you're a young guy.
Yeah.
You're a young player in the league.
You think you're going to win it all? You think you're going to win it all?
You think you're going to win it all, and I have no problem with that.
Yeah, right, okay.
Like, I have zero problem with the Spurs going into the final thinking they were going to win. Like,
oh, absolutely.
Like, I have zero problem with it.
Yeah.
Now, I think the part I have an issue with a little bit is, like, you got to credit your opponent a little bit. Like,
I think you have to. You
have to credit your opponent. When you have your opponent come back in 4 games,
yeah,
like, you got to be like, all right, well,
they're better than us. Our focus
they're better
is not
than
there.
us, but I also understand the other side of it.
Yeah.
The Spurs beat themselves in a couple of those games.
Oh, absolutely.
You can't be chucking threes when you're up 29.
Yep.
In game 4, look, we all knew in game 4 that shooting percentage was going to come down in the second half. They were shooting like 76 for
in the first half. Yeah.
In the first half behind 3-point line. Like,
yeah.
You knew that was going to go the other way.
Yeah.
What are we like? All right. So
smart shots.
Exactly. Smart shots. Smart shots. They didn't take smart shots. They didn't call timeouts, and their coach was afraid to draw up plays, to move the ball, to kill time.
Yeah.
They got panicked. They were deer in the headlights.
Yeah.
They became deer in the headlights, similar to the Cavs, where it was just like, what do we do? They're coming back on us.
Again, they're coming back again.
Like, they're coming. What are we going to do? Well, you call timeout. You lean on your assistants. Let's run some plays. Let's figure out how to get the ball better, ball movement. That's why that last play doesn't work. It's because they don't know what they're doing. Like, you didn't set up anything in the second half, so when come crunch time, you didn't, like, there was a way for the Spurs to win game 4. They had a shot, but they just didn't. Everybody was just like, I don't know what we're doing.
I mean, at that point, it's a number of plays. It was the OG tip-in. It was the cat, tipped on the inbound pass. Jalen Brunson, smart, taking a shot when Wemby's on him, out, so one of his guys can get the rebound, so OG could be there. I mean, there was a lot of smart basketball IQ on the Knicks' part. Credit to Mike Brown again. Let's give him a shout out. Mike Brown comes in first year. Tibbs leaves. It reminds me of a Golden State when Mark Jackson got let go and Steve Kerr came in and they won the title the next year. Right? It kind of has that feeling. Like, we've seen instances in sports. But Mike Brown's always been a
great coach.
He's been a great coach. Yeah. He's been around with the Cavs. He took LeBron to a finals. He was with the Warriors. He took the Kings to the playoffs a couple times. So he's coached playoff teams before.
And he's a good coach. Like, I think sometimes he got fired, like, for the wrong reasons.
Well, the funny thing is, full circle, he got fired for calling out De'Aaron Fox when they were with the Kings for a dumb play, got let go the next day. Fox ends up leaving the Kings, and now full circle, Fox with the botch, and Mike Brown's gets the victory over him. So it's interesting.
No, it was good. I mean, Knicks just played better. They're a better team. Great for the Knicks. I mean, if it's bound, eventually the Knicks had to win something, right?
Hey, and here's another one. 131 total fourth quarter points for the Knicks in this finals, right? 91 of the 131 belong to 2 guys, Jalen Brunson and OG Anunoby. So those 2 guys were, were offensive weapons, machines. And Brunson's been Mr. Fourth Quarter all year long. He won the Clutch Award for a reason. Under the pressure of the fourth quarter, they shouldered 70% of the offense. OG shot 58.8% field goal percentage. Brunson 51.4. That's just really, in.
That's really
amazing.
Good.
Just in the fourth quarter.
That's unbelievable. That's a definition of clutch performance.
Clutch performances. That's what you have to give to the Knicks here. You got to credit the front office, the staff for putting this team together. And I know we're going to talk about the celebs that were there all the time, and I know you got words on that. Yeah. I wish, like, I'm watching the parade. I'm watching the celebs. I see, like, Chalamet, Tracy Morgan, Spike Lee, Ben Stiller. I want our friends that are diehard Knicks fans to be out there. Like, Shout out to
Wait,
Rob,
did you hear
Hammer,
what Carl?
Dan.
Did you hear what Carl Anthony Towns said?
No, what did he say?
He said on the radio, he said, "Forget celebrity role. The real celebrities are in the 200s and the 300s."
I love that he said that because he knows what's up, man. I mean, it's the fans that couldn't afford a ticket. It's the fans that have been lifelong fans that had been watching with their parents when they were kids. Now they got kids and they're watching with their kids. Like, I love all the commercials that they put out there. I loved all the stories. Like, these are the people that I'm happy for. Our friends that have been we're not Knicks fans.
Die-hard Knicks fans.
We're happy for them because we know what it means locally for this city. And to see your sports team win, especially when you're waiting that long, and you're going your whole life thinking, I'm never going to see it, probably.
Yeah, let's think about it. The Knicks were awful for how many years?
Decades, man. I mean, since they have not been good since the year 2000, pretty much.
Yeah, so
besides
it's been decades.
One or two runs with Carmelo Anthony where they got to the second round, they really haven't done anything. These 4 years of Brunson, they've gotten progressively better, deeper, and now they won it all. And it's just incredible. I love to see it.
And it doesn't matter. Like, these guys will be heroes in the city forever now.
Yeah, they're never paid for a drink. They're going to have statues. You're a legend forever. You will be remembered forever. This team had such chemistry, too. Team chemistry is key. You see it with these guys. They're like a complete unit, all these guys. So it's awesome to see. Love seeing the clips from the parade today. The city deserved it. When the game ended Saturday night, just masses of people singing New York, or singing Alicia Keys song. And when you're in New York, like, that was awesome to see. I got goosebumps watching that, Jimmy. It was cool.
Look, that's the great side of it because the neighborhoods came together. People were watching out in the
People
streets.
coming together, yeah.
People coming together.
Not the knuckleheads fighting.
Yeah, not the knuckleheads fighting, causing like stupid. Don't do stupid stuff. Yeah. But I have a rant on this. And look, I come from the hockey world. And look, Bill Goldberg was celebrating with Scott Stevens and all this stuff. You didn't win. The celebrities in the front row didn't win. You have zero, as an athlete, you have zero business in the locker room celebrating and zero business touching the trophy.
100%. Yeah.
Zero business.
Although the players themselves, I think it was Brunson or Towns gave Timothy Chalamet the trophy. And he's like, I'm not an athlete. At least he said, I'm not an athlete. He knows.
Like, he knows.
He doesn't deserve to be in there.
But he doesn't deserve to be in there.
But he was in there because, look, the players have a relationship with these guys. But I 100% agree with you, Jimmy. I am with you on that for sure.
Look, I get it. It happens in hockey, too. Like, Goldberg was in there because he's friends with Stevens. And I get it. Like, don't get me wrong. As a kid, we snuck in and got into the celebrations, too. Don't get me wrong.
Yep.
But I never touched it.
Right.
I didn't touch it. I didn't ask to drink out of it. I didn't do any of this. I just congratulated my team and said, hey, guys, congrats. You did a good job. Like, if I'm like, no, you're a celebrity. You had zero. The only caveat to this rule is the only guy that really should be allowed to hold the trophy is Danhausen.
Absolutely. It's a travesty he wasn't invited today at this parade. I mean, someone in the Knicks front office should know better. At least he was in the city today on Stephen A. Smith's show talking about how powerful he is. I mean, let's talk about that. Danhausen is now probably the richest man in pro wrestling. Thanks to all this merchandise, memorabilia, championship belts, signed T-shirts. He put the uncursing, and from that point on, 13-1 the rest of the way to a championship. I mean, you couldn't write it better. Danhausen deserved to be on one of these floats today, on one of these buses.
We needed a Danhausen float.
The cool thing is it looks like the July 18th Saturday night's main event at the Garden. Danhausen's on the poster. I expect Jalen Brunson to be there. We'll probably get an in-ring segment, hopefully. Yeah,
we better. It's Saturday night Danhausen.
That's right. Absolutely. So, man, what an awesome thing to say, though, that the New York Knicks are NBA champs. And if this core sticks together, they're going to lose a piece or two. Keep the main guys together because Brunson took that pay cut. He's going to get the money back at the back end of this thing with the endorsements or his next deal.
He's probably already got it back.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, hey, you have a real possibility to run this back. Look at the East. And unless you tell me Giannis – wherever he ends up will shift some power. There's no other Eastern teams that scare me.
The only team that could scare you is Boston.
And look, they just lost to Philly. Like,
right.
The Cavs don't scare you. Philly doesn't scare you. Wherever, if Giannis ends up somewhere where he's with another superstar, okay. But I still think the Knicks are better.
I think team chemistry is more important than having
Yeah.
superstars.
And the Knicks just proved they can beat a dominant West team. Now, if it was OKC at full strength, interesting. But
I still think the Knicks were a better team.
I think so too. I think the Knicks
were the better team. I would be honest.
Yeah, I think you and I said this right, like at the beginning of the playoffs. From what we saw in these early games, like no one's better than this team. So,
and even as the playoffs progressed, even when we were waiting on the winner, we're like, I think the Knicks are better than both teams.
Yeah, I think the Knicks are going to win this thing, and I think they have a real shot to run this thing back.
Oh, wow, 100%. They have 100. They can run this thing back. For as long as they want to run this thing back.
They can get back to the finals. Whether they win or not, it's tough to win it again. Look, a lot of teams did it.
Yeah, but you know what?
It's tough to do, but you can do it.
Like if you got a guy like Brunson and you got that core together,
yeah,
they're going to be tough to beat.
And look, they spent the whole week doing the media. They were on the Tonight Show. They were at the Yankees game. I was there. I mean, good for them. They're all over every podcast. They're doing interviews. They're loving life, enjoying it. Like you said, they are going to be heroes forever in this city.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, shout out to the New York Knicks. And that was a Saturday night. Then on Sunday night, Carolina Hurricanes, they win the Stanley Cup. We had sports, the two winter sports ending on back-to-back nights. Carolina Hurricanes lift the Stanley Cup in Vegas. Brandon Bussey, Long Island boy, 3-0 shutout. He came in Game 3, played unbelievable in Game 4 and Game 5. Eric Stahl wins the Conn Smythe Trophy as a playoff MVP. He had 6 goals in the series, goals in five games in the first 5 games. Tied our NHL record when you're on the list with Cyclone Taylor and Guy Lafleur and the Rocket. Like that's some elite company. But the Hurricanes, 16-3, they were 12-1 going into the Stanley Cup final. They were 7-2 ending the season. They were the best team all year, regardless if they won the President's Trophy or not. They're the best team in the East, and they were the best team in the NHL all year. And when they made the goalie change, it was pretty much it for Vegas. Vegas couldn't counterpunch, and Carolina was the best team, and they get their Stanley Cup first time in 20 years. Rob Brendanmore, the head coach now, was the captain back then. A couple of iconic photos. It's just an unbelievable night in Vegas to witness this Stanley Cup final game.
Yeah, Jimmy, tell us about your experience. I mean, look, 3rd year in a row, you're there for the Cup. For the game-winning, the deciding game, you're there on the ice, the cup. I mean, how was the atmosphere there and the celebration from your end there?
It was awesome. I mean, it's like the last couple of years, the home team won it, so it was a different kind of feel. Like it's the home fans, like it's a different kind of feel. They win it on the road, but it's always fun to see the friends, the family, the emotion of the players. Lifelong dream for a lot of these guys. You feel good for a lot of these guys that you talk to along the way. First of all, when you're out there in Vegas, it's just a different vibe. It's just Vegas, right? But the theatrics, it's a show before the hockey game. Like, you know, they have the theater and all those little things they do in Vegas. Well, they have that before the hockey game on the ice in their pregame intro. Like, they have this whole theatric performance. They have a castle inside the fortress. It's really cool. Obviously I was Raleigh for Game 5. That was fun. Raleigh, loud building, good for them. City's fun. But then you get out to Vegas, different vibe, people everywhere, the gambling. I saw Canes jerseys everywhere. It was just an unbelievable experience. Always fun to be on the ice talking with the players after everything. And, they were just excited for it all.
That's awesome, Jimmy. I'm so glad you were there to experience that again. And, the 2 great finals back-to-back, the NBA and the NHL both provided us with some entertaining games and some entertaining series, and that's all you want at the end of the day. And like you said, it seems like in both leagues, it seems like the best team all year long won, because the Knicks were a dominant team all year long, and the Carolina was a dominant team in the NHL. So I think this is a year that you could say the best team actually won. It doesn't always happen, right? So I think the best teams ended up winning in both sports.
Yeah, exactly. And Carolina, they just came in there. After Vegas couldn't really counterpunch the Hurricanes after Game 4, and they just played their system to perfection, got the win. Brandon Bussey kind of changed everything, and the Canes get their win. And Bussey was unbelievable. All the guys were, and just a great game, great series. Again, the best teams won. Yeah, the Knicks. It might have been like you say to yourself, yeah, the first 4 games were kind of wild in the Stanley Cup final, and then it settled in. Yeah, that while the Knicks might have won in 5 games, it was 5 entertaining games.
Every game was great. Yeah. I mean, when you have a comeback every single time, it's entertaining as hell. So I agree, man. I mean, the Knicks all year long, their games were fun to watch, even in the regular season. If you just wanted to watch a regular season NBA game, you might as well throw the Knicks on because they're fun to watch. There's a lot of times you watch an NBA game and you'll be like, guys are just chucking threes. They're playing cohesive team basketball. So again, like if teams are putting on entertaining games, that's all that matters right there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is going to be great. The sports has been over. Obviously, we got Yankees, we got baseball coming up, soccer's going on. Real quick before we transition to college football and stuff, soccer's going on. World Cup, everybody's loving it. Shout out to Kavak and his boy Messi in Argentina. Yo, Hattie. He had 4 in the game, but they called one back because of the offside rule. But
statement
Messi,
game. The defending champs.
Statement game from the defending champs because
and the best player in the world.
Well, there's a lot of scuttlebutt heading in. You know, during I was up there in Canada during the first round of playoffs, and like TSN was doing some like World Cup previews, and a lot of people were high on France, and they were kind of like dissing Argentina, except for there was just one analyst like picking Argentina because you have the best player in the world.
Yeah,
I think they heard the disrespect and were just like, nah.
Yeah, I mean, you start your first game of group play like that. I mean, you're pretty much putting it out there. Hey, we're advancing to the knockout stage, and they're going to have to come after us. And I mean, look, Argentina. Look, Messi's I believe 38 or 39 years old, so it's amazing. He's kind of like I saw something today. It was like take how great Michael Jordan is, combine it with LeBron's longevity. It's rare to see this in soccer. Also, a guy be this good this late in his years. This goes back to like. You and I have said this, Jimmy, this era of athlete, the last 15, 20 years, like our generation have really taken care of their bodies and worked on being good for a long time. Like the actual prime is lasting longer on top of modern science and sports medicine being better. And you see it across all sports. You saw it with Sidney Crosby and Ovechkin in hockey. You see it with LeBron in the NBA. You see it with Messi and Ronaldo in soccer. So I agree. I think they heard the disrespect. Argentina's no joke, and I think Team USA surprised a lot of people. Dominant win against Paraguay. Usually a South American team is difficult to go against. Team USA 4-1. They got Australia this weekend. And, hey, maybe we're looking at Team USA actually winning a game or two in the knockout stages. It's a little premature to say that, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, a little early for that again.
I'll say it's fun to hear the stories of Europeans and people from other countries coming to the United States and discovering the food is incredible here. You know, I saw something about a German fan discovered Taco Bell, discovered Buc-ee's, discovered New Jersey delis. The Scottish fans are selling out beers in the Boston bars. The Norway fans are pretending they're on a rowboat going to their game. So, like, I think that's what the World Cup's all about, bringing cultures and countries together. It's great to see everybody come to the United States and be like, hey, this is actually a great country. There's good stuff here.
Right, and they're going to Canada. They're taking over Toronto.
Canada, Mexico,
yeah, they're taking over everywhere.
Yep.
So it's great to see. Obviously, the sites in the stands are just as good as the sites on the field.
Agreed on that, Jimmy.
Yeah, everybody can figure out the innuendo yourself.
I think some trips to like France or some of those European countries is in the works.
I mean, I was thinking more of Brazil and
Brazil too, yeah. South
Brazil.
American teams, yeah, sounds
exactly.
Good.
Yeah, sounds good. But look, we touched on this a little bit. It was the Brandon Sorsby story coming out in college football, right? He's officially entering the supplemental draft in the NFL. After the ruling, he was eligible to play. Wasn't sure if he was going to play. But then the SEC, Big Ten, and schools in the Big 12 lobbied saying we're not going to play Texas Tech because of the gambling allegations. We're finding out that Cincinnati had a bigger role in this than they should have. They might get a penalty out of this because they just let it go on. They knew about it and did nothing. But schools, when you find out about this, the integrity of the game can't be, questioned. And when conferences are saying we don't want to play you because you have a player on your team. And Texas Tech did no favors when they did put a video out explaining everything, but people didn't want to hear it because of the optics of everything. He's going to the NFL. He's going to go in the supplemental draft. I think teams are going to take a chance on him, and I think the NFL is not going to suspend him because it happened in college football. And unless he does something in the NFL, I think a team's going to take a shot on him, and he may be a starting quarterback at some point this season.
And I've been reading about our boy Justin's Jets as being a potential landing spot. Now, I feel like the Jets are a team that would take a chance on a guy like this, right?
A good landing spot for him would be Arizona.
Arizona, another one that who they got over there, right? Carson Beck or whoever it is.
No, I'm just saying Arizona in terms of the media, like get away from the spotlight.
Get him away from wherever it is. Like, because if he's in New York, that's all they're going to talk about.
That's all they're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Get him away from just get him away from the spotlight.
Arizona, Cleveland, right? I mean, like, although Cleveland has a media there that can probably, piss guys off.
I think you need to get out. I think you don't want to go to Ohio. You don't want to go to Ohio because Cincinnati and that area and everything. So you don't want to deal with that. You don't want to go to New York. Like, I could see, like, Miami taking a shot at him.
Miami's another possibility that doesn't have really I know Malik Willis is there, but, hey, that's something we could ask our buddy Jeremy, too, if he'd want Sorsby there.
Right. Arizona, Texans.
Yeah.
Texas could take a shot.
Some markets that don't have crazy media outlets, right?
Right, exactly. Like, take a shot at him. Why not? And I think he has the talent to play in the NFL. I really do. I think he's a good quarterback. But he couldn't stay in college anymore.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Look, again, I don't follow the college game as well as you do, but I do agree, and we said it last time. I'm like the fact that some teams stepped up here and said, "Hey, we don't want to play them. We're not going to schedule them. Like, we don't want this guy playing football. He did something against the rules, and he's got to be punished for it." So I kind of like that. That's the road that we went down with that, and I think it's good for like teams to be like, all right, we're going to take the rules seriously here,
Yeah, exactly. So. No, exactly. Got to take the rules seriously. But I don't know if they take the rules seriously in the WWE anymore.
I don't know. I don't think they ever did, Jimmy.
I don't think they ever did, right? I don't think they ever did. But let's talk about our boy LA Knight because we've been pounding the drum. Feels like forever on this show, on this program. For our boy LA Knight, because I don't know if he needs to be Samoan. I don't know what he needs to be. But when he gets as he said, when he gets his teeth sunk into something, his pops just go to another level.
Yeah.
He's getting back to what he was. He's on the mic. His promos on the Usos, on the Samoan family, on the bloodline have been excellent. I don't care about your family. Your family can kiss my ass. Like, all that. It's great. I love the fact that, like, he's getting over. I'll stand on my position as I did last time on the show when we brought up the scenario. You have to tease him winning the title at some point because he is a championship main event player.
Because that's basically where we do have to go, Jimmy. I agree with you because if you're not, it's that hamster wheel that you talked about. You're just going to keep doing this over and over, and it's going to become a Dolph Ziggler situation. Name any wrestler that's been in this situation where they get opportunity after opportunity and they keep losing. Somehow LA Knight's been able to overcome these. It seems like they fire him up. They get him like these little promos. He talks a big game up, and then you make him look like an idiot. Like he loses, right? He loses every single time because you start to lose credibility. It's amazing he hasn't. I love that the fans have still had his back. I'm one of the guys that doesn't think his popularity has waned at all. Yeah, sometimes maybe the pop is not as big. But like you said, if he's got something to sink his teeth into, like this story with Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, and I love that he's being a little more vocal about the fact, if you listen to Chris Van Vliet's podcast, he's being vocal about the fact that, hey, he's not an office darling. He's not liked by a couple guys in the backstage, and he's perfectly fine with that. He's just been looking for ways to improve. He hasn't let it get him down to the point where, because we've seen where guys get complacent. We see it in their work. Their work rate is not that good anymore. It takes a hit because they don't care. It seems like LA Knight hasn't lost that yet to where he's like kind of down on himself. It seems like he's being vocal about it. He doesn't care if he says what he says. And perhaps maybe someday somebody in the front office will be like, you know what? Let's pull the trigger or let's tease it. Let's see what happens, right? I mean, what's the worst that could happen? He talked about how Vince didn't like his age. I mean, look, there's guys in their mid 40s that wrestle. Like AJ Styles was almost 50. John Cena, like it doesn't make any sense to me that a guy who's like 43, 44, we can't pull the trigger on him because you're afraid of his age.
Well, if he was afraid of his age, then why aren't we pushing the young guys then? So what's
Correct.
the problem there?
Yeah, you're still suppressing the young guys. Rollins and Reigns are still getting their wins over the guys they're feuding with. Braun Breaker's not. Obafemi lost to Brock Lesnar. I mean, come on now.
But even when Vince was there, it can't be too young, but you can't be too old.
It makes no sense.
It made no sense. It still makes no sense. Like, to me, LA Knight's got to be champion at some point. Like, Sami Zayn, like, we've talked about this over and it feels nauseating. But when Roman was on that 3-year run, there were points for Drew to win. There were points to Sami to win. There was points. Like,
LA.
Again, we talk about it. In the 90s and the Attitude Era, during Austin's run to WrestleMania 15 and even to WrestleMania 17 when he faced The Rock, how many times did the title switch hands? Yeah. You could switch the title and it doesn't hurt Roman. Like, frig, Austin lost at the King of the Ring 98 in a first blood match. The next night he won the title back.
Yeah.
Like, Roman could have lost to Sami at that No Way Out or whatever Elimination Chamber in Quebec. Next night could have beat him for the title.
I'll say this, like, yeah, I agree with you on those points. It made Cody's win that much bigger. That's what it did. Like, Roman winning, yeah, but there were multiple points where, like, the title, we're like, all right, I think the switch should have been made here. And it seemed like as they were going along with this, they're like, all right, we got like a thing going on here where a streak, we can't. That's what happened. They started just catering to that streak, to the bloodline. You got to be Samoan, I guess, right? You got to be Samoan. And
now we're just trying to run it back again.
We are running it back.
And it's boring. It's really boring. Like, I'm not going to lie. It's boring because there are guys that could use this title push. Because where the hell is CM Punk in all this?
Yeah, I'm still wondering where he is. There's bits and pieces that I like of this. I mean, I like this LA Knight stuff with Jay. But here's the thing. It happens. It's repetitive. Although the segment might be good, the promo might be good. What's going to happen? LA Knight's going to lose again, like he did in that qualifying match.
And he did. He lost in the King of the Ring.
He lost the qualifier, right? I mean, so I want to see what they're doing here. They're getting Solo mixed in. If you're not a fan of the Samoan and the Bloodline thing, you think it's repetitive. I get it. I'm always one to be like, let me see where they go with this. But
you
if
can't have Roman have another year-long title reign because then it just makes what Cody did at WrestleMania 40 just be like,
what's going on here?
Like, what are we doing? Like,
not every title reign has to be like, years long. And I think that we're headed
Roman's already at a point where you don't need to build up the title for him for somebody to beat him.
Right. I think we're headed to like Obafemi's probably going to win this King of the Ring unless Brock costs him, I guess, in the final and we get something else.
Or LA Knight costs Jey Uso in the final. Like,
right. Some they're going to do something here. So I agree. I don't think Roman needs another year-long title reign, although we're going to get Roman versus somebody big at WrestleMania next year, right? It's going to be
But it doesn't need to be the title.
Yeah, I mean, someone's going to be the champion. Roman doesn't have to be the champ, but one of them is going to be the champ, unfortunately.
I get it. I understand it. But like we've said this for long, Austin Rock 3 wasn't for the belt, and it was probably the second best match on that WrestleMania 19 card.
Correct. Yeah, no, you're right. Those guys never needed a title anyway.
Dude, no, like, Roman doesn't need the belt anymore. Like, he just doesn't. Like, you need to elevate your stars. Like, you really do. And there was no reason for Rollins to beat Braun Breaker.
And, well, we're getting the cage match now. We're getting the blow-off to the feud.
So Braun Breaker better win the match.
Braun better win this because that's another guy on Raw, a young guy that you're building up here. You need to have him have a victory here. So Braun's got to win this thing, I think.
He's got to win this thing. Like, he better be winning this thing. Yeah. So it just feels like WWE is just going to the well here, but it just I'm not sure it's going to pay off in the long run.
They're trying. Look, I don't know. You can't say. I don't want to say Triple H like lost his touch. I still think there's some influence from TKO. It seems like they're just throwing things at the wall, trying to see what sticks. And it's like, okay, if things aren't working for what else we're trying, we're just going to go back to the well, like you said. We're going to run it back. Roman says this storyline has never ended. It's an ongoing thing. He mentioned every Samoan's name, but The Rock. I don't know if that's intentional, maybe. Maybe we're getting The Rock in Saudi Arabia. We don't know. We never know with that guy. We never know with what's going on with
I
Dwayne.
feel like he's done, man.
Yeah, so I mean, I can see why people would be sick of the same old, same old. We want to see something fresh and new, but at least let's tease it. Let's see what the crowd reaction would be for a guy like LA Knight or somebody else. Because we know Obafemi's his pop, his crowd reaction is there. He is over. Those international crowds were insane for him. I can't wait to see him crowned. I mean, that's the guy that you want to put as the face now.
Oh yeah,
Monday Night Raw going forward. So we'll see.
Oh yeah, 100%. You gotta keep him going.
Yeah, you got Chad Gable back now too.
First of all, I got an issue with Chad Gable getting a beat down, like having that Rusev match. You need to come in here and just beat the crap out of him, Kurt Angle style. Like,
right, yeah,
you need to turn Chad Gable into the next Kurt Angle. Like, that's what you need to do.
Which I think we're gonna head that way because look, the crowd reaction was great for him. He's coming off that amazing storyline, Grande Americano, with the whole match with Kaiser over there in Mexico. But I agree, Jimmy. I think that should be the key. And we got Minneapolis is also his hometown. It's not just Brock Lesnar. So I think a Chad Gable Intercontinental title run, I think, is in the works here. And I agree. He should be the next Angle. Push him like Kurt Angle.
Yeah, and then we got SmackDown Cody doing his thing, right? He's feuding with Gunther, right, for the belt still?
Yep. Well, Gunther, it seems like Sami Zayn, there's something going on there with Cody and Sami, that we're getting a match on Friday. We've seen the belt change hands a couple times here on a SmackDown and Raw lately the past 6 to 8 months. Sami Zayn is the referee. We know the issues Cody and Sami have been having. Sami slapped Cody. There's some stuff going on there, you know.
I like it. I like it.
Gunther, yeah. And Sami, I'm liking what Sami's to talk about a guy who the fans just turned on him because Trick Williams, right? So popular. Unexpected. Sami was supposed to be the babyface. The fans turned on him. So he turned it around, and now he's coming out here and he's saying, I'm the last true babyface. I'm the last real good guy, right? I still have my Sami Zayn lovers. It seems he's like, the international crowds love me. Why don't you guys love me? Got like little hints of 97 Brett in there with the shirt.
I loved it.
I love if he continues this again. A guy getting like lemons or like lemon crap, whatever, chicken shit, and turning it into chicken salad. I love that he's been able to flip that around. And if that turns into like he accidentally costs Cody, a la, you know, Shawn and Brett, SummerSlam 97, you know, he accidentally cost Cody the title here. I would love something like that. That'd be great, man.
I mean, that would be great because then you could actually build to it.
And then Gunther's got a world title again. So there you go.
Right. And then, again, we all know the story in 97. Brett and Shawn hated each other. Yeah.
We're not saying this is what that is, but you're getting little like bits and you know, a little inspiration.
That was probably the best finish ever in 1997. The SummerSlam finish. That was the best story finish, whatever you want to say in that match. But I like what they're doing with Sami Zayn there.
Yeah. And Cody,
it makes sense. It's like there's little things you can like, but overall, it just feels like we're in a transitional holding pattern. We're like in a holding pattern while AEW's starting to like just come back from the ashes and really do a lot of good things with the talent that they have.
Yeah, like this is the ups and downs.
Like the business always goes in cycles, and there's a lot of good, there's a lot of bad, but it feels like that we're back to like 2021, 2020, when we're saying, hey, AEW's like their storytelling and their product is a lot better right now.
Absolutely. It goes, like you said, ebbs and flows, right? AEW was great when they first started. They were hot. They had like all the top guys. Some guys jumped ship. WWE creative went up for a couple of years, and now we're kind of like, WWE's leveled out. AEW's rising back up. So I love seeing that for wrestling.
Absolutely. It's a great time to be a wrestling fan. It's a great time to be alive, period.
Yes, sir.
Story. Great time to be alive. NightCap, recap, you know where the place to be. Here, Specialty Media, Full Press Media up on YouTube. Follow along on Instagram as well. I don't know what you're doing because if you're not, you're missing out on a lot of things, right, Lefty?
That's right. At @night_cap_recap. And guys, we have been seeing the views on YouTube and all over the place. We really appreciate you guys for tuning in and supporting us here for real.
Absolutely. We love the appreciation. We love you guys. Guys, check it out. Be up. Follow along. We're always rocking and rolling. Heading into the 4th of July, we'll get probably 1 or 2 more episodes in, and then we'll figure out. We'll be scattered in the summer a little bit, but that's okay. But you know the place to be. Nightcap Recap. Jim Biringer, Teddy Repantis. Guys, take care.
Peace.
Nightcap Recap. What up, man?